a small riverside village lived a humble potter named Arun. He was quiet, gentle, and always kept to himself. Arun spent his days shaping clay into pots and vases, but deep down, he carried a heavy burden. He had no confidence in himself. Whenever villagers came to buy his work, Arun would lower his eyes, speaking softly, almost apologizing for his creations. Many overlooked his pots, thinking if the potter himself had no pride in them, then they must not be valuable. Arun's father, once a well-respected craftsman, grew impatient. "My son," he scolded, "your shyness makes you weak. If you cannot stand tall in front of others, how will you ever succeed?" But the more his father criticized, the more Arun withdrew into silence. He began to believe he was destined to fail. One day, while Arun was selling his pots in the marketplace, a group of mischievous men tricked him. They convinced him that the chief had ordered several pots and promised to pay later. Afraid to argue, Arun handed them over without a word. They disappeared, leaving him with nothing. When his father found out, he was furious. "You fool! You let them rob you. You have shamed our family. Get out of my sight." Ashamed and broken, Arun wandered to the riverbank, his heart heavy with despair. He whispered to himself, "Perhaps the world would be better without me." At that moment, an old traveler resting under a tree saw him and called out, "Why such sorrow on a young face?" Arun poured out his heart. "I am weak. I am shy. Everyone mocks me, even my father. I fail at everything. What worth is my life?" The traveler listened quietly, then smiled. "My boy, weakness is not your nature. It is a habit, and habits can be changed. If you wish, I can guide you, but you must trust me." With nothing left to lose, Arun agreed. The traveler gave him 3 tasks. "Do these for 3 days. When you finish, you will see yourself differently." On the first day, the traveler said, "Speak to 10 strangers. Ask them about their life. Listen carefully, then write what they share." Arun trembled at the thought, but he obeyed. Some ignored him, some laughed, but a few answered kindly. By sunset, he had spoken to all 10. For the first time, he realized his voice mattered. On the second day, the traveler instructed, "Teach a group of children one simple lesson. Why clay is valuable." Arun protested, "But I am no teacher. I barely speak." The traveler only replied, "They do not know what you cannot do. They only know what you show them." So Arun stood before the children. Nervous at first, his voice shook. But as he explained how clay turns into strong pots when molded with care, the children listened with wide eyes. By the end, Arun even smiled. He had taught something, and they had learned. On the third day, the traveler gave the hardest task. "Return to your father. Ask for forgiveness. Show him you are ready to change." Arun's heart pounded. He dreaded facing the man who had lost faith in him. Yet he remembered the traveler's words. Weakness is only a habit. With courage, he returned home. Bowing his head, he said, "Father, I have been afraid all my life, but I promise I will try again, this time with strength." His father, seeing the determination in his son's eyes, softened. For the first time, he hugged Arun. "My boy, this is the son I always hoped to see. You are stronger than you know." When Arun went back to the traveler, he asked, "Now tell me, what is the secret to confidence?" The traveler chuckled. "You have already discovered it. Confidence is not waiting until you feel ready. It is doing the thing while still afraid. When you act, fear loses its power. Strength grows with every step you take forward." Years passed, and Arun became known as one of the finest potters in the region. But more than his skill, people admired his calm voice, his kindness, and his quiet confidence. You see, confidence is not a gift given to a few. It is built by every choice we make. Our greatest enemy is not failure, but fear. And the moment we step beyond that fear, we discover strength we never imagined. So remember this. Even if you feel small, even if doubt whispers in your ear, act with courage. Speak, try, take one step. Each step will shape you, just as clay becomes a vessel in the hands of a potter. The world will see you as you choose to show yourself. Believe, act, and grow. Your strength has always been within you.